My name is Yolanda Wisher, and I'm a poet. Imagination is really what I deal in. It's my material, even more so than words, I think. Down my back like fire. I really do believe there's just poetry around us. It's kind of hanging in the air. It's waiting for us to kind of pluck it out and use it. Welcome to my studio. It's really cool to have folks that I love and admire and who I know love and admire each other to be here. It's the new moon. We chose that purposefully. The Sisterly History Project is a collaboration with artist Karina Puente. We wanted to do a project in Germantown that focused on the homes and spaces of Black women poets and entrepreneurs. We were like, what are we gonna do? What do you wanna do? And I was like, I just wanna talk about women of color in Germantown. That's all I wanna talk about. I don't wanna be ashamed of talking about these women and lifting them up and spotlighting them and using grant money to do it. So we started coming up with this idea about marking the sites of our lives. This was kind of driven by a lot of those blue landmark signs that you see around the city that mark these important spaces around Philadelphia, you know, like where Ben Franklin ate a cheesesteak or something like that. But I was struck by the fact that, you know, there's so many places in Philadelphia that are unmarked, that are unknown to the larger public, especially the stories of Black women and artists. These are spaces that these women have opened up to the Philadelphia community, to the international community, for readings, for workshops, for a good cry, good cup of tea. These are places that nurture me, that nurture, I think, all of this community of writers in this really small neighborhood of Philadelphia called Germantown, but yet we're having a huge impact on the folks around us. And so I think that's worthy of a marker.
Yes, there is poetry in Germantown, if you know where to listen. At the block party, round the garden, in the sneaker shop, by the beauty supply, in the old folks' home, at the corner store, on the playground, along the Wissahickon, through the woods, on the stoop, and in the pew. We have planted a tree made of tongues in this concrete, and it is blooming.
I hope that I've demonstrated that poetry is a public art, that it exists outside of the academy, that it thrives outside of colleges and universities and coursework and explication exercises, that it has a life in laundromats and subways and supermarkets and train stations. I hope I've introduced or emphasized the serendipity of poetry, the surprises that can come with poetry about the city, about yourself. I've also hoped that I've created spaces where people feel more welcome and more understanding of poetry than they had before. And I definitely hope I've not only opened a few doors, but busted up a few gates in the process.